Welcome to the new episode of FinEcon. Today we have an amazing guest, Bakho. He has worked in Uzbekistan for around 7 years. He has got his MBA from one of the top business school in the United States, and now he's working at a big consulting firm located in the United States. Bakho, assalamu alaikum again. Could you please give a brief introduction to those of our viewers who may not know you well?
Yeah, sure. So my full name is Bakho Muratov, but mostly people call me Bakho or Bakho back home. I am originally from Tashkent, Uzbekistan. I'm a graduate of National University in Tashkent. I graduated with a degree in economics and finance. I actually got interested in accounting pretty early. In my second year, I started ACCA, which pushed me to take the field seriously. Back then, ACCA courses were not popular as they are right now, and I think demand was for the courses were not as big from the companies as well, because there weren't many career paths in finance. Basically, the Big Four was the only option for those who wanted to grasp technical knowledge in a short period of time. Basically, it was a big three back then because KPMG hasn't entered the market yet. So I joined EY and I spent about 5 years. Yeah, exactly 5 years. Amazing 5 years at EY. It was a great learning environment. Great experience, but after 5 years as an audit manager, I felt I needed something different, both more like a hands-on, more of a project management maybe, but also I wanted to get some better work-life balance, because my goal was to get prepared for MBA, and it takes time. So I chose to switch the careers to internal audit role at TBC Bank, first digital bank in Uzbekistan at that time. But the reality hit me very quickly. I didn't get enough challenge that I wanted in my way, because the bank was very new and the operations were small. So I decided to shift again, and I started managing a small boutique accounting firm, accounting advisory firm, I would say. The name was Prom Audit. In English, it's Industrial Audit. And I managed that boutique firm till the time I left to US in 2022. I also partnered and worked with these experts, which are now a part of Nexia Global. I believe it's a global chain of accounting and auditing. And those roles gave me a lot more hands-on experience and responsibility, and it felt like I was finally moving in the right direction. And also, it gave me time to get ready for GMAT and apply for MBA programs. It was a long process. I think it took me a year or so, but it helped me to refocus and understand the direction I really wanted for my career. This is how I ended up here. First time in US, out of Uzbekistan for 30 years.
Oh, that's really nice. Do you like the life there?
Yeah, well, it was hard to adjust at first because I came here with my family, and I came to Michigan, which is very, very cold, and it's absolutely different from Tashkent. I ended up in a small town called Ann Arbor. It's a very lovely town to be honest, and it's a school town with a big, super big football field, the American football. I think it's like 70,000 or something like that. Oh, no, maybe I'm wrong, maybe 60,000, but it's a huge for a small town, Ann Arbor, and the football is a crazy thing, and everyone goes crazy about it. Yeah, but I think I adjusted like within 6 months. I loved being part of MBA, and I think I ended up in one of the most supportive schools with supportive students at US. So I think after 6 months, everything was great.
Oh, that's really nice and inspiring to hear, to be honest. So going back like to the start of your career, you said you joined EY. Why did you specifically decided to join EY, and why did you decide to go to audit instead of like consulting or some other field?
Yeah, so consulting wasn't an opportunity, I guess, back in 2015 when I graduated. So we didn't have, I know now it's either BCG or Bain in Tashkent that opened like a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
but there wasn't much opportunity back in 2015. Well, you know about the economy. I don't want to go in that weeds.
Yeah.
And Out of Big Four, actually Big Three was only present. KPMG was not in the market, and I got offered roles from EY and PwC. I didn't make it to PwC, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so EY was the first to offer me the role, so I just grabbed the opportunity. And honestly, if you just look at them externally, there's not much difference at Big Four, especially in
Yeah.
2015 when most of the companies that are audited are large state-owned banks. So yeah, I grabbed the opportunity. And as for the why accounting and auditing, is that I became interested in accounting. I think it's second or third year at school. I mean, at bachelor's. And Mostly because it was economics with finance. Mostly we studied economics,
Hmm.
and sometimes it was hard for me to grasp it because it was slightly vague. It was like looking for a black cat in a dark room when there's no black cat. So and accounting seemed very very straightforward. Debits or credits, about like statements, and everything balances in the end. So I thought that's my field. That's what I want to be. Yeah, and I started doing the ACCA very early, so I had my like 8 or 9 papers by the time I graduated. So I knew that I wanted to be in audit and accounting.
Oh, thank you so much for giving an extended explanation. So you became a manager at EY in the course of 5 years, I think.
Mhm.
So was there something that you learned about managing teams and people thanks to that experience that you are implementing in your job now?
Yeah, as I look back, especially what advantage it gave me, I think the fact that EY was international company. As soon as you say EY, everybody understands what you did and what did you work for and what kind of company is that. Even if it's not in US, even if it's in Uzbekistan, you know that that person out of EY knows Excel, knows how to manage the projects, definitely manage teams, at least containing at least couple of people. Understand that you can work with financial statements. But personally, when I look back, I realized that I was only like when I joined the firm, I was only 22, 23, and I was already working with C-suite at the client, so like chief accountants, CFOs, board of directors, heads of the companies, and I was advising them as an accountant. I did not realize what it meant back then, but now I understand it was a huge opportunity to network with them, and it because when you work as in a service company, at the end of the day, eventually you are the salesperson. You need to sell your business, and you need to start to build out your network from the early age. So the biggest I think privilege of working Big Four is you have the ability to work with those people with the C-suite very early.
Oh, thank you. So you said that you left Big Four not because you didn't like to work there, but because you needed a better work-life balance. So how did your like work-life balance look like when you worked at Big Four?
Well, there's well, at that time there was this thing as a busy season, and at a busy season you usually work late hours, because what accountants do for a whole year, you have like couple of months to audit. and it's very tight period. It's very demanding industry, and usually in the busy season, usually like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. were norms. Well, back then at least. Yeah, and it's not like I wanted. It's not like I suffered from lack of work-life balance. I just needed some more time to invest to preparation, to school application, because it takes time as well. And I knew that was my end goal, so I needed some time to free up and invest. So, and this is what I did. But honestly, as I mentioned, I got bored as soon as I got free time. I realized I already got used to working that much. That's why I just shifted back and to accounting and auditing, and I was working the same hours. And it's balanced. I mean, it's very personal how much balance you want. Sometimes a little more work is a balance as well.
Oh, okay. So you said that you kind of started preparing for your MBA like by the end of like your career at EY. Like
Hmm.
when did you kind of decide that MBA was like the next right step to take? Because most business schools require at least 3 years. So why didn't you like go after 3 years of work experience, but specifically chose that
Yeah,
time?
great question. Um, I wanted to do MBA right after. I mean, I had this idea of doing MBA right after graduation. I knew it was like at least 3 years. So I had the goal, as you said, of working just 3 years and leaving. But uh, when 3 years lapsed, I saw an additional opportunity at EY of becoming a manager within 2 years, and I enjoyed working with my colleagues back then, and I felt that there is more room for improvement and there is something to learn, because after 3 years I just became a senior, and I just started leading engagements, and I thought I still needed more of that, because whenever I go, this is what would be demanded of me, especially if I want to end up in consulting again.
Yeah.
That's why I thought another 2 years won't hurt. Actually, um, yeah, another 2 years. I thought I made more. Another 2 years won't hurt, and I never regretted that this decision of making for more 2 years.
Then why didn't you apply for an MBA when you were like at your fourth year at EY, but decided to like become a manager, work for some time, leave, and then like apply?
Yeah.
What drive that
Um,
decision?
yeah. First of all, again, that time for prep. So I realized I need more time. I tried taking GMAT while I was at EY, and the scores were not as great as I wanted them to be. And I realized I needed to invest more time in it. And the only way I thought, so if I quit and take
Yeah.
1 more year of some work and more free time. But I never realized that after leaving, so I will spend another year prepping, and I will start school a year after. So it took me 2 more years after leaving EY.
I believe MBA was not a big thing back then in Uzbekistan. So how did you kind of approach your application? What type of resources did you use, or did you know some
I
people
wish
who?
I wish I had the resources people have now. You're right that it wasn't a thing, and it was hard to find Uzbekistani people doing MBA at US, specifically MBA. And I was just looking at the rate rankings, like US school rankings. Sometimes I had the back thoughts of applying to European schools as well. But yeah, it's just the general public information that I had. Unfortunately, ChatGPT wasn't there as well to help. So whatever was on underhand. So again, ranking as a first step. Another thing is that which schools are prone to accepting internationals and linked to consulting companies that send most of the graduates to consulting companies. Um, yeah, and I think the school choice was pretty rough. And I based also my school choice on the general perception of like, well, I want to apply to Harvard and Stanford without even
Lay
thinking,
prestige, yeah.
yes, if whether like am I the Harvard or am I the Stanford material or not? And now I realized I was not, and it's like they didn't need me and I didn't need them as well. So I hope you understand what I meant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it was very rough. I just chose top like two schools, Harvard and Stanford, and some like top 5 or 10 school like Booth or Yale, and then I applied whatever was in top 15 like Ross and North Carolina, and I ended up at Ross, and I got accepted to North Carolina as well, but I decided to go with Ross.
Did you get acceptance from any M7 or top 10 schools?
I did not,
Except
no.
Ross? Oh, wow.
No,
That's
I made
impressive.
to the final stage to the interview. I went to the interview with Columbia. Oh, sorry, not Columbia. Booth, Chicago Booth, and
Mhm.
MIT.
Yeah.
I didn't get any response from Harvard and Stanford. And yeah, as I mentioned, so 6 schools in total.
Did you apply to Duke by chance? Because
I did not. No,
you
no.
did not.
I,
Okay.
I don't remember why like Duke or Darden or like or Tuck,
Mhm.
Cornell fell out of my list. I don't remember why, honestly. Because honestly, applying for more than 5 school is a far stretch. It's hard. I think for one round, 5 school are more than enough. Um, but looking back, we can talk about it a little more as well. But
Yeah.
looking back, I think when uh, you need to base your school choice on what you want to do after MBA, not like what the schools gives you right away.
Uh-huh. Wow. So you started your application like by researching the rankings and everything,
Mhm,
and you picked some schools that
mhm.
you based your decisions purely on prestige at that time, right? On the rankings.
Yeah,
And
somehow, yeah.
yeah, so you're saying that applicants who want to get an MBA should look more into what they want to do after getting their MBA instead of looking just at the prestige or like the ranking of the school itself.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying ranking is bad. Ranking should be your first step because when you're based out of US, you don't know much about US schools. Being like even now, I think because I don't know you saw that my LinkedIn post or earlier or not. I said that I'm ready to help out to anyone who is applying to US schools MBA in this round 1 and round 2.
Yeah.
Most of the people that reached out, I understand that we still have this vacuum. We don't know what actually MBA is for,
Mhm.
and it's okay not to know about schools. So again, we know what's Harvard, what's Stanford, and but we don't know like what kind of students they produce and
Yeah.
where the graduates of those schools go to and what they do after MBA. And that's or like there's a school called Vanderbilt, or there's a
Yeah.
great school in Seattle as well. But the thing is, like, we don't know much about those schools being in Uzbekistan, and
Mhm.
those like generic reports don't say you much. That's why looking at the rankings is the first step. Like, if you heard about a school and it's a placed in like top 100 in US news, probably it says you something that is not as great as the one in top 50 or top 20, right? But if a school is let's say you're comparing school number 12 to number 17, there won't be much
Yeah.
difference. So there, for example, you made your cutoff at like top 20 or top 30, then there's a next step of looking into that school, like, okay, where those graduates go to, what is the location of the school? If I want to end up in New York, do I want to go to the west coast schools like USCS or USCLA? Yeah, those kind of questions should come into play for the final list of your school.
Oh, thank you for this information because I believe many people, especially in Uzbekistan, tend to choose only like Harvard, Stanford, like Wharton, and nothing else. So I
Yeah.
believe your perspective on that would help a lot of people. When it comes to your own application, did you only apply like one time, or did you apply for multiple years?
No, I did it once. As soon as I got in, I weighed my opportunities. I thought, should I do it again next year and try maybe other schools with a better application? But again, I thought I already got in, and let me try for visa. And as soon as I got visa, I was like, um, this isn't one and like, not a one in a lifetime, but like your chance of getting visa from Uzbekistan is pretty narrow. So um, as long as I have it on my hands, I better use it now.
Wow. So you got in, but did you get any scholarship? Because I believe Ross, they have a very expensive like tuition fees, and the cost of attendance is hundreds of thousands of dollars. So how were you able to afford your education there?
Yeah, so I got partial scholarship of like $30,000 per year.
Yeah,
Um, and for the rest, I was looking for sponsorship back home. I tried to apply to what was it called? Umit. I don't know whether
the
it's there
Elior
or not.
Tumide. Yeah,
Ilir Tumide, right?
yeah.
And then I thought the best option for me would be taking out the loan from
Wow.
a U.S. institution. So this is what I did, and I just uh, took a note in the to try to calculate when if you consider it as an investment, when this investment will pay off. So if
Mm,
you end up with a good paying job,
yeah.
you can pay off your
Hey.
loan within like 5 to 7 years, and
Mm,
also you end up with a very prestigious job at a
yeah.
prestigious company. So
Yeah.
it's kind of worth investing in your future.
Did the company that you got accepted to, like AlixPartners, did they offer you a tuition reimbursement in the beginning
No,
or like
no,
sign-on
they did not.
bonus?
No.
They did not,
Yeah,
right? Oh,
sign-in bonus, like relocation bonus, all that. Yeah, I got that, like all the perks that most of the employees get, but no special treatment as of like paying down my tuition.
uh-huh. Looking back, would you say that like taking out a loan was a good decision for you at that time? Like, do you regret it anyhow?
I thought about it zillion times. Again, like going back to a decision of maybe I should have applied next year, and with a better profile, I probably would have gotten better scholarship. But again, with visa, is it's gamble. If there
Yeah.
wasn't the visa issue, I probably would say, yeah, I should have waited for a year and applied for like again and maybe get a better scholarship, and there will be much loan and of course when the student, I'm sorry, I'll step aside from our topic. Whenever somebody approaches me and asks me, hey, I got into two schools, and like let's say this school is ranked number 5 and another school is number 15, but number 15 gave me like twice a scholarship
Yeah.
than the other one, I always say go for the ones that have a bigger scholarship, because you don't want to end up with a financial burden, and the outcomes, especially if you're going to like traditional paths, investment banking or consulting, the schools are more or less the same. They provide you with the equal opportunity. So just go for the one that gives you more scholarship. So I would have done that, but again, being from Uzbekistan, it's hard to get a visa. So
Oh,
I took a gamble and I don't regret it.
oh, wow. Actually, this is very inspiring because a lot of people that I have seen, they usually try to get like full scholarships, and you're the first person that I'm talking to who actually took out a loan, and now I'm like less scared of that. Uh, so you said that you're helping students from Uzbekistan to apply to like top MBA schools.
Mhm.
What would you say their like main common like problems or how to say shortcomings are that they can fix?
The main problem, again, main problem is the vacuum of knowledge. So we don't. So the first thing is people don't know why they need MBA in the first place. This is my first question. Every time I hear somebody gets to me with this question, oh, I want to do MBA. Can you help? My first question is like, why do you need MBA? Why you want to change it to go to another country, study for another 2 years, don't make money within this 2 years, take out a loan probably, and then and usually the response is that, oh, I had a dream of doing masters, and we have this, I guess, from the educational system we have, like it comes from Soviet Union, and then like we didn't change the educational system, and it's just a ladder. You just do bachelor's, go work, and usually you work for state-owned company, and state-owned company pays for your masters. You just go do masters for free and come back and just continue at your work, when actually you might have not needed that master's degree. But here you need to understand, like not you, but students applying,
Yeah.
applicants, they need to understand that there's a life after MBA. MBA is only 2 years and you need to work. So first of all, why you need MBA is just to shift gears in your career. You get a better job, get a better paying job, first of all, and second of all, and the job that you would enjoy doing. And if you look at the Americans that do MBA, they have the same goal. They usually, the ones that couldn't get into consulting, investment banking, or private equity, or whatever MBA roles are there, they couldn't get it directly. So MBA serves as a sort of a how do you say, selecting pool for those employers, and they have a ready pool to choose from. This is the primary purpose of MBA. So you should understand that when you're applying to any school and an MBA in general. So this is, I think, the biggest misconception. And second thing is that I've talked to students who didn't have enough experience, and they were ready to go like no-name schools just to get to United States. And the one thing you need to realize, you won't be able to work and study successfully. And if you're going to a lower ranked school, the drawback is that you're not getting a good employment.
Mhm.
Because again, those schools don't have enough connections to present you with opportunity to network with proper companies, or the companies that you might eventually want. And you had it back in your head that you want to go somewhere and make more money.
Well,
That's the
so
problems.
thank you. From your own experience, would you say like Ross helped you a lot with securing like internships and employment, or did you have to do independent work like
No, I
more?
didn't do well, I did some independent work, of course, but it's not like any school won't prep you for an employment. I think the responsibility of a school is just present you connections with those employers. There's a career center, and they tell you, hey, okay, this is today we're having the presentation from this company. Okay, we're gonna organize the week at Wall Street, or week in Chicago, week in West Coast, and for tech companies. So they serve as a organizer, a glue, to help you meet, first of all, alumni of your school, and second of all, those employers. So and everything else depends on your skills, depends on your commitment, and how much you work. So I think Ross did a good job in getting me in front of those employers, in connecting me with alumni. Yeah, and I recruited mostly on campus. I did some research out of campus as well, but I was able to find AlixPartners eventually as well on campus. So yeah,
Well,
if I'm putting it short, it helped me a lot.
well. So you graduated in 2024, right? If I'm not
I
mistaken.
did, yeah.
Yeah. So at that time, like I was reading a lot of posts on Reddit that the market for internationals was very, very tough. So how was the situation for you and for your international peers?
Yeah, so the year before me, it was the greatest year. So if I started in 2022, the summer of 22 was very awesome. It was just awesome for everyone doing internship. Like you can get the multiple internship offers. But again, it's because it just reflected the economy. Next year, when I was doing it, looking for internship, it started to slow down. Like many companies stopped. They had a hiring freeze. Some stopped sponsoring, and it just becoming worse and worse every year. Honestly, I thought my year was bad, but then the year after
Even worse.
was even worse. Yes, and like what I hear now, or I read on Reddit, it feels like even worse now as well. But again, I always say one thing: you only need the one job. You don't need like hundred of offers. You won't be able to go work everywhere. You just need one, and that one is still available. So it's not like you lost the opportunity 4 years ago. It's still there.
Oh, wow. So you landed an internship and like full-time offer with AlixPartners with on-campus recruitment, right? At
Mhm.
Michigan Ross. So when you started your job, what was the toughest or like the hardest part of your job? Because you used to work in Uzbekistan, what was the biggest shift from?
Yeah, I think biggest shift is networking. It never stops. So to get the job, you need to net. It's not like you just send your CV and they call you back. You have to get the. So most of them are even like in low touch companies. You need to work. You need to talk to some people, and they need to like you to get your CV out and call you for
Mhm.
an interview. And this networking never stops. Even when you start working, you have to network to lay your way out, a little way up, to get to know people, to get engagements. Because if they don't like you, again in the teams, they won't call you for engagement. So they need to like you, and that's why you need the networking for career progression. You need networking. When you become a partner to get some clients in, you need the networking. So I feel networking is the biggest, probably the trademark of US, even compared
Mhm.
to like Europe. Probably it's very network heavy. And second thing, I don't know. I think technically, I think it's the same, but the thing is that the market is so big here.
Mhm.
You won't even realize it at first. Like any industry you take, the market is very big, and there are multiple players. When just started this job at AlixPartners, I work at the turnaround and restructuring. My first thought was, how? So let me just give you just a kind of background of what I do. We help companies that are going to be bankrupt or struggling
Mhm.
financially, economically, or already filing for bankruptcy, to turn things around or like sell it out. So we're kind of final help for the companies.
Yeah.
So my first thought was like, how can you stay in the business? Like how many companies can go bankrupt every year? But honestly, the market is so vast and is so systematic. They have enough clients every year.
Wow.
So that's probably another differentiator.
Wow. How was your work-life balance compared to like EY? Because you said you had like busy seasons there. Do you have the
I
same
think
thing here?
I think it's mostly same, but the thing is, I don't have a busy season now, but it comes in waves. So from one engagement to another, there's still like court reporting, where you have where we're pretty much swamped with the work, and like 1 a.m., 2 a.m.s are okay. But then after between the engagements, you get some fresh air and
Mhm.
then at it again.
Wow. So it's like a completely, not completely, but like slightly different structure of the pressure, right?
Yeah, yeah, it
In
is.
EY, it's one time, one season, but here it's like waves of
Yeah. Maybe
stress
it
and
changed back
relaxing.
in EY as well, but when I worked, it was just like that.
Hmm. Was there something that you like learn or adopted a skill in the US that you think would be useful, like if you know it in Uzbekistan or if you had it?
The thing is, I think I didn't. It's not like I didn't know about it, like time management or like being organized, putting everything in calendar,
Hmm.
making sure you have everything written. You make sure you have communication in email. Like if you arranged a call with somebody, you send a link beforehand to the email. It's obvious, but the thing is, do you actually do it? So you have to actually do it here. You have to be organized, and try to make notes, remember who you talked to, what you talked about. It's very essential. And yeah, and just keep honing your skill, like technical skills on Excel, on PowerPoint. Yeah, it just never ends.
Uh, Slightly off topic, but you said that keep honing your skills. And relating to this topic, like a lot of people now, I can see in Uzbekistan, they're pursuing certificates like CFA, ACCA, just for the sake of getting those certificates. Do you think it's a good way to approach like your career development? And do you think it's a good way to prepare a good MBA application?
I think, and this is what I thought, like back home as well, of ACCA, and I know it's being a huge marketing thing as well, but it that those certificates are a good thing to hone your knowledge. Like ACCA, for example, you're not getting the same amount of knowledge with with courses at your bachelor degree,
Mhm.
right? It's much deeper, it's much technical, and probably you won't cover all of those 14 papers at work as well. So it's kind of good glimpse and a good way of kind of honing your skills, because there's a test, you test yourself, and there's a you need to pay again if you fail. So in that sense, I think it's a great path to hone your skills and knowledge. But the thing is, a lot of people regard those certificates as a golden ticket, as if you have a CCA, you're readily accepted, or like if you have a CFA, there's a path to investment banking. It's not. There's a ton of people who has those certificates, and the way you differentiate is through, again, networking or additional when you put additional presentation of yourself to the company. So just getting those certificates won't work. But yeah, that's the good way. That's a good start to get some extra knowledge that you won't get anywhere else.
Mhm. Would you say it helps in MBA applications in any way?
It just bit of application. The same way as like you might get well, I'm talking in the old numbers of GMAT. You can get like 770 and
Yeah.
be out of and you won't get accepted to any school. I saw that kind of cases. People with 770 didn't get to any school, not accepted. I'm not talking about scholarship, because it's just a part of your application. ACCA, CFA just adds to your application. It shows that you, for example, if your goal is to be in finance, that you worked for your finance, you did something extra that nobody else did. But again, it doesn't mean you're there. It's just like sort of a tick mark in your application.
hmm Um, so, um, er, besides the ACCA, did you study for any other kind of exams or certifications?
So currently I'm doing SIRA, which is restructuring specific.
hmm
Hopefully I'll finish by the end of the year. I already took 2 exams out of 3, and hopefully third coming this December. Um, and I was planning to do either CPA or CFA after getting to US, and I started CPA process. Even though I haven't taken exam, but I started all the process. I'm eligible, and I think after passing all SIRA, the next step for me would be CPA. And the reason I chose CPA over CFA is that. I had in back mind that I might still do something accounting related, and I just want to finish it up. And that would be
hmm
great to just like know how taxes work, how corporations work here. So that's another path to get that knowledge. So probably I'll do CPA next year. And also CPA is more not straightforward, but it's like more deep in accounting, where CFA is more general in finance. And if you work in accounting, you
hmm
you must have CPA. But if you work in finance, there is no requirement for CFA. That's why I thought just probably tackling CPA first would be better.
Oh, uh, honestly, I have never heard of the SIRA certificate, but I know about CPA and CFA. So when
Mhm.
preparing for those certificates, how do you try to like allocate your time? Do you optimize your time using any like AI tools at work and like while studying?
Wow. So AI tools, not yet. I haven't tried any AI tools for studying yet. I'm old school. I read text, make my note. Well, maybe in making notes, yes, but I don't make extensive notes. I never did. That's why I'm just old school. Read text and do practice tests.
Uh-huh. Well, how about
Yeah.
your work? Do you use like AI is a big thing in the US, especially right now. Do you use anything or your company uses anything to kind of optimize their work process,
Yeah,
like
it's mostly
ChatGPT
for
or?
reporting. It's mostly for reporting. There is a lot of reporting in court process. So what I'm seeing is two developments AI at work is one thing is for reporting. It's just like automates it, and there's a lot of contract work to be read, and it just automates the process. Next thing is just for research. There's a huge industry research and the tools like Chat. I don't know how ChatGPT good for that, but tools like Perplexity is very
Mhm.
good for
Yeah.
the research with the links, and we do extensive industry research, and it's become more available to do the research and comprehend those papers. And I third thing, it's for a business development to just understand sort of a watch list, like to put those flags, like which companies are doing good and which companies probably need assistantship, and they're going through the
Uh-huh.
hardship. And yeah, AI is helpful in that as well.
Uh, do you think that in your specific company or field, like consulting, AI is kind of doing the job for analysts or like kind of replacing them?
I don't think
Because
it's replacing, but it's boosting the productivity very much. You don't spend a lot of time now for the things that you would have, like
Mhm.
as an example as I gave you, reading the contracts. Uh, Imagine reading all the contracts that company had for like past a year. That's
Yeah,
unimaginable. But
impossible.
with AI, you can just grab them and have the notes in your Excel and just go through them quickly. So it just kind of boosts your efficiency, but it's not like AI advising client. You still AI still needs a person to make sure there's a correct output. So I don't think we're being overthrown by robots. Not yet.
Wow. That gives a lot of hope. Yeah. I think we're approaching to the end of our interview. So my last question or request to you would be to give some tip or advice for those who are still in college and who are planning to get an MBA who are in Uzbekistan. Like, what would you recommend them or advise them to help them get an MBA? Actually.
Yeah, well, my one advice is start early. If you have the MBA in mind, just lay out your path for next 5 years. I know it sounds crazy, but this is how it works. It's not something that you do overnight. So if you want MBA, start thinking why you want, like, what do you want to do after MBA? If you want to go to consulting, well, do something that will get you to consulting now. So I don't know, get those certificates, get the work experience, get that knowledge, try to network with those people, work on your language as well. Sometimes we overlook how good or bad our English level is, and sometimes it needs more work.
In his work, yeah.
Yeah, so just start like GMAT is what, like 5 years. It's effective for 5 years. Take GMAT as soon as you graduate. It will be available for 5 more years while you prep your while you gather your experience and prep the rest. So as soon as yeah, start early, and also start early. Think about the finance part as well, because
Hmm.
MBA is a huge finance, huge investment. Sorry, and you need to finance it. So start to think early. Maybe I'm not saying you should save, but there are options to save, and think about it. And maybe you need to do more extensive research on scholarships as well, and it takes time. So as early as possible.
Wow. Thank you so much for this amazing interview. It was really nice to hear about your experience. And I hope that, like, yeah, you will be able to help all of those people that you're helping. And this interview would be a lot of help to many as well. Yeah. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you. Thank you for your time, I promise.
Yeah. Yeah.